Getting straight into it, we mark 28, 58, and 68 on our post. 28 being the mid rail, 58 being the bottom rail, and then 68 being 2 inches off the ground with a 6-inch reveal on our pickets. We also get 10-foot 6x6s, so 4 feet go in the ground. You definitely ain't worried about 2 bags of concrete and 4 feet in the ground with any size wood post or wood gate. Now getting started with wood, you went ahead and get your ends and your corners set up and get your ground marks here. Looks like we were set up to be 1 inch, 2 inches off the ground here. That's probably what we got all the way around. And once we got our corners and ends set up, we'll go ahead and got our marks on our post. Here's our mid rail and our bottom rail. Go ahead and run our string line on the top of our bottom rail, and we'll set up our transition post to even out the ground. Don't want to go too high off the ground. 9 inches would be on the ground, so right here we're only an inch and a half. Now here we got some 8-foot, as you can see, random mailbox. We just gotta find your transition. Find your transitions. You don't want to go, like we said, 9, that'd be flat on the ground. So 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches off the ground would be 12. Run it as straight as you can. When we're setting our posts, we'll go ahead and dig. So these are only 2 feet in the ground. We'll go ahead and dig them about 2.5 feet. Yay so, right? And we'll kick our dirt back in the hole. That way you can easily knock your posts down if you need to. Try and leave it just slightly off the ground, so if we ever need to, see we're only 1 inch off here. If we need to do any adjusting, it's real easy. It's a lot easier to knock a post down than it is to pull a post up. So we try and leave them just slightly high. Relating to how you work your guys, me being a lead, I have all my help get the material out for me and get the end post, corner post, get the concrete out for those first, and then they can start throwing out line, post, all that. I start digging. We got some tear out, so they're loading up the tear out now. And then once we get these posts up, we'll start laying the 2x4s out in front of us. And as soon as we get all the posts set, we'll start the leads. We'll start nailing rails up, the help, and then start getting the pickets out. And then as soon as we get the rails up, leads start picketing. It's a good flow, like an assembly line. Now, I know we're looking at aluminum, but this applies for every fence. All right, here's where the ground, basically where the fence post here would be on the ground. And they got the damn concrete. Hold on. 10 inches, 9-10 inches below the ground. This is where all of your support is for getting your post to lean. Okay, this is only keeping the post from coming up. This isn't doing anything. This isn't keeping the post straight at all. It's only keeping it from coming out the ground. So you want closer to the top, maybe a couple inches from the top of the ground. Just top it with dirt. That's it. Another tip I just thought of: you're just a little far away from the height that you need, and you want to go down. You can twist your post back and forth. It's better to do it with 2 hands. Look at that. Beautiful. On the other end of that, bringing it up, scrape the inside of your hole, get some dirt to fall beneath the post. Easy peasy. I feel like this is pretty obvious, but a lot of my guys don't do it. Centralize your air compressor, especially when you got a big job like this, you know, so you can get around the whole job without constantly moving it. And I'll just nail my 2x4s up here and then just cut them off. Well, the boys, they got all the rails up, pickets out. Now we're picketing, marking our pickets 6 inches and putting up transition pickets at our transition posts. Like we talked about earlier, transition post, there'll be a transition picket here. Running a string line, just like we did for the posts. Now, when you got a space here that's just a little bit bigger than a picket, what we'll do is we'll line 2 pickets up like this together. So you can see, go ahead and nail it on the edge there. Find the middle of your picket and just cut it all the way down. And if you only put the 2 nails in there, you can actually, it's not super easy, but you can just pull it apart. I don't have the GoPro on me today. I forgot it this morning, run a little late, but it's gonna be your 2 bigger pieces. All right. Squeeze them into place. Trying to do. Well, you get the point. Like, actually, it's so tight I can let go of it. Beautiful. We'll fix that, but you get what I'm saying. Just so we can get a latch post over here, we're gonna go ahead and cut a 2x4 and mount it to the wall. Measure, our pickets are 72. We don't need the whole 72, and we don't want to go as short as a post at 67. So we'll just go ahead and make a happy medium and go with 69. Put it right there. All right. So we cut it at 69, so put it flat on the ground. You don't have to worry about not having enough space or your picket or this showing over the picket. So normally you're supposed to be about right there, plenty of room.
That's heavy. You going up, bud?
Gotta check it, you know? Oh no. That's a big ass gate on a single post.
That's what I said. I was like, damn, there's one post, huh?
First things first, pick a pretty picket, because this picket is gonna be underneath the hinges and you don't wanna have to take this picket back off. Go ahead, mark it at 6, get your screws ready. Normally I'd be able to lay this down, but I'm just gonna try and do it like this. Line it up, screw it in. You wanna change your bit as least many times as possible. That's the goal. Don't want to change your bit out 100 times. It's a waste of time. Go ahead and get our picket up here at 6. Line it up. There. 2 in there. Let that hang. Grab my other one. Bring it over here. Sometimes these don't want to stay on. Give myself, I'd say about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch in here. Hands are so dry. All right. Well, at this point, we're ready to hang the gate. This is already annoying me, so always keep my crescent wrench ready for annoying little hinges. All right, let's go ahead and hang this thing. Now, I don't have a picket over here right now. Normally, I just go ahead and run a picket across the top, so I don't have to second guess myself. But, oh no. Well, this is what happens when you let somebody else set up your gate front. This isn't a hard fix though. Go ahead and grab a hammer and always hitting the camera. Go ahead and knock this bad boy in or not. That's great. That's awesome. We love a good challenge when we're hanging gates. Don't want to make it too easy. There we go. Now we can hang our gates. All right. Looks like right there. Wasn't that fancy? I can't hit none of my screws. All right. So we're gonna put this picket back on. Gotta move it out of the way. It's all about trying to be quick, and I got stuff getting in my way. It's always fun. Go ahead and just hold this bad boy up here. All right. Oh, now we got something for our gate to latch to. Now I've already went ahead and put screws in this adjustable frame gate, but you want to give yourself about an inch. Look at that. I got it almost dead on an inch like I would like. And that was before I even had all these pickets on here. All right, so we'll go ahead and put a picket here so we can put our latch. Latch will hold our gate, put all of our pickets on. Now, when it comes to mounting your pickets to your aluminum frame here, we actually use these deck screws that have sort of a self-tapper tip to let debris getting out of the way, little self-piloting tip. And my theory is that these act as a self-tapper for the aluminum and let it go right in. They hold great. The other theory, people say that the aluminum and the deck screw are heating up and allowing the aluminum to melt or morph or form out of the way. Now when putting the latch on basically any fence material out there, go ahead and put your striker on. This would be the striker here. Now we're doing a pull, so I gotta make sure I put this up at 54 inches, which is where we're at now. After you put your striker on, so when you wanna put your actual latch. Now the reason for wanting to put your striker on first is because now you don't even have to look. I could literally do this with my eyes closed. You just let it hang on the striker. You want the striker at the top of your latch. You wanna give it room to sag down. Of course, our gate's not gonna sag, but you know what I'm talking about. Just between me and you, I didn't set this post, so I can't guarantee it. But anyways, moving on. Kinda almost forgot to mention this, but I think it's very important. We like to leave an inch on both sides. An inch on our hinge and an inch on our latch side. To leave room for our screws, future sagging adjustments on our adjustable hinges here. We just like to leave room. I normally go with 3/4 of an inch on the hinge side and an inch over here. An inch is just really good for the latch. You leave yourself plenty of room. Now, this is board on board. So we're gonna go ahead and do the 3-finger check. Looks like 3 fingers ain't gonna work, so we're gonna do a fat 4-finger. Now if this picket would cooperate with us here, 4-finger zig. Even a 5-finger might not even work with. All right, so a skinny 5-finger. This picket, man, well, I can't really see these marks, but there they are. Got it perfectly spaced out, perfectly close. Go ahead and put a picket across the top here. There's my mark. Son of this bit, no joke, this bit's probably 6 years old. It's a little worn out. I'm gonna give it a break. Where'd that screw go? Well, hopefully we find that screw later. While we're at it, we'll go ahead and add our screws to our hinge side here. All right. Now, what I like to do when I'm level in the middle, go ahead and put a screw in so you're not fighting on getting a screw in there. And then go ahead and level. It's done. Well, this is fence for you. 6:15, and we're still out. Can't see shit, but